How's everybody doing out there? This is Duane Fletcher with Fletcher Community Media. Check it out. This show is called The Issues. I'm gonna give you a quick rundown of a bunch of different issues that are in the news right now. First issue I want to talk about though is uh is the new books I got out. I got a bunch of brand new books out, bunch of and if you get a chance to check them out, this was one of them right here. Never Next talks about some Russian hitman that came to town one time a while ago. Um, this one right here was a real good one also. The Black Hand, this one talks about a tennis pro that allegedly doubles as an assassin for the KGB. This is a really good book also. Um, check this one out if you get a chance to. Codename Lionfish. This one talks about a Chinese spider they caught at the military base here in Jacksonville, Florida. And this one right here is the brand new one, The Black Hand Act Two, The Child in the Storm. The same uh, Russian spies are putting their assassins to use again. This time, instead of going after the president, they're going after the vice president. It's a really good book, also. Now, for right now, you can get a free preview of this one if you get a chance to. Click preview, and once you click preview, you can just basically get a free preview it because it's unlocked so that I can talk to different publishers and stuff like that and let them read over the material somewhat, the different publishers and stuff that I query about getting a book deal. But you can get a free preview of the book right now. So that being said, everything's on blurb.com under the author name Duane Fletcher on blurb.com. Okay, now here we go. Let's talk about some other issues that's in the news right now. Um, let's see. My boy 50 Cent, the rapper, 50 Cent. 50 Cent goes to Washington. My boy 50 Cent goes to Washington. 50 Cent goes to Washington. There he is right there on Capitol Hill, as you can see. It looks like he had a really good time. I know he probably got a lot accomplished here. Um, but let's see. Let's see, he went to talk to a bunch of different people up there. As you can see, there's a picture of him with Bobert. Uh, and I think she's quoting some of his lyrics or something like that. Says she still love him if he flip burgers. Um, Benjamin Crump, some other people, but it looks like he had a good time. Apparently, um, Mr. Curtis Jackson is trying to get some support for black entrepreneurs that do certain type of businesses. This one in particular he's talking about is the alcohol business because there's been so much controversy about Jay-Z coming out with champagne. And there's been so much controversy about people like Puff Daddy coming out with his own tequila. And lately, 50 Cent was no stranger to the problem either because he's got issues with some of the one of the companies that he's trying to partner with also, um, and his alcohol brand. Now, um, I'm pretty sure that now that somebody like is paying attention, they can start to push this back the other way to where he doesn't. Certain people uh, relax these prejudices that they have in regards to allowing black people and minorities to enter these types of businesses. So give them hell, 50 Cent. All right, okay. Now let's talk about this other stuff here. Um, okay. Uh, Martin Lawrence is in the news. Martin Lawrence is in the news. Martin Lawrence is in the news, and some of his fans are concerned about his health. Some of his fans are concerned about his health, and they're saying that. And I know what it is because you can see it in his latest movie. He's talking kind of slow and slurred speech and things like that. And it appears that he possibly may have the same health issue that he has in the movie, because in the movie he has a heart attack. The thing is that people that have heart attack, stroke like that, that's what happens to them specifically. They have a lack of oxygen to the brain, which causes slurred speech, like they're drunk and stuff like that. That's what he sounds like in the movie. So, it get to the point sometimes where you have to slow down. You know, you know, I'm Martin Lawrence. You don't tell me what to do. But you got to slow down when you get to that point, because if you don't, then you die. You have to slow down. If you don't, you're no good to your fans. You're no good to your family. You end up dying, or even worse, becoming a vegetable, where you can't fend for yourself. So uh, I know a lot of times, a lot of people, they don't eat right, especially celebrity. They don't eat right. Some of them don't exercise. Some of them uh, drink too much or use drugs, which will fry your brain too. And but whatever it is, you got to slow down. Just like in the movie, The Real Script. If you watch it, it's kind of like art imitating life to look at this. But it's people that's concerned about his health issues, and he really just probably just needs to slow down. You need to slow down, dude. That's what it is. So that being said, let's go on. Let's move on to the next. Okay. Let's talk about what's going on in Israel. Let's see. Mr. George Clooney. Mr. George just made the news. George Clooney just made the news. Him and his wife. I don't know if y'all know anything about this story, but they're going back and forth with the White House now about what's going on in Israel. Um, and I would just like to say, as a fan of Mr. Clooney and a fan of Mr. Biden, I would say I would like to you guys to not argue about this, because you're going to end up butting heads about the same issues and stuff like that. Now, Mr. Clooney is married to a beautiful woman who basically is one of the lawyers that works for she works for the the Hague. I believe she works for the Hague. She works for the War Crimes Court over in Europe, and she wants to put out warrants against some of the leaders of Israel and Hamas to get them to stop. They're basically, and of course, it's become taboo to say anything bad about Israel, to say Israel's committing a genocide, and someone should put a stop to it, and they might even have to put a sanction against Netanyahu. You never know, but it is what it is, and to get it to stop, you have to address the issue. Now, I know at first, and my personal belief, I believe that the war in Israel was a orchestrated distraction pulled away from Europe and the war in Ukraine and things like that. Now, there's evidence that points at that, because the Russians had a meeting with some of the leaders of Hamas right before the the attack that happened in Israel. Some of the Russian leaders were meeting with the leaders of Hamas. So there's evidence that points at this, that this basically was a distraction. Now, a lot of people don't see it that way, and they blindly want to support Israel, but at the same time, you still have to protect Europe. Now, what I want to give you as a perfect example is basically you have somebody like the Netherlands. If somebody in the Netherlands, and Israel calls the Netherlands and say, "Hey, I need some extra fighter jet parts. Can you send me some fighter jet parts?" He talks to. I think they talk to like the Danish government. They calls the Danish government and asks them, "Hey, we need you to send us all your extra fighter jet parts," and then the Danish government tells them, "No, I'm not sending you that, because the Gaza Strip is so small, and I got Russia standing right here threatening to invade Europe." So that at that point, it starts to become see-through. And if some of the leaders on either side don't see through it, it's because Hamas might not see through it because Russia wanted them to do it. Israel might not see through it because they want to help Russia distract you in certain instances. And the thing is that if they don't see through it, at this point, they probably need to be arrested themselves or sanctioned or whatever or whatever they put forward. But I'm pretty sure that President Biden can get past it because right now, Mr. Clooney is not just an actor. He basically is someone that rolls up his sleeves and is uh, in some of these arguments and issues that he end up filming and stuff like that. And this is like proof of it that basically, because I've seen a lot of his movies and stuff, but if you guys need to get past this and not argue about it because Mr. Clooney and his wife is basically your wild card right now to get this mess disposed of to where um you can start concentrating on protecting Europe from a Russian invasion again, because that's why this was done. Why are we even talking about this? Why was Russia even talking to Hamas? Why are we even talking about this now? Russia wanted to distract everyone from supporting Ukraine against Russia. So next thing you know, he caused an attack to happen in Israel. Sad, but it's true. Okay, so now let's move on. All right. Let's talk about this also. Let's see what we got here. We got Dallas versus Boston. Dallas versus Boston. There's the NBA finals are upon us right now, and I tried to tell some people this, but some people don't listen. They have it in their minds that Dallas was just gonna win, but it's Dallas. The Mavericks is pretty much a one-trick pony, dude. It's Kyrie to the hole, Kyrie to the hole, Kyrie to the hole, and the issue has come up where basically people are wondering whether or not they can guard, whether or not they can guard Kyrie, and the thing is that it doesn't look like they have to because last night they got blowed out. Yeah, they got blowed out last night. Let's see. Let me go to the Dallas Mavericks page. Yeah. Okay, Dallas Mavericks. Dallas Mavericks got blowed out last night. Yeah, I think they won by 18 points. They won by like 18 points. And the thing was that it's a lot of people have been talking about this, about the Dallas Mavericks. And I know that, there's some probably more favorite team than some of the other teams. But the bottom line is the Mavericks is a one trick pony. It's Kyrie to the hole, and that's not going to beat the Boston Celtics. It's absurd. The Boston Celtics have 8 people on their team that have 100 points or more from 3-point land this season. It's an outstanding statistic, and which basically while you're trying to struggle to get in the paint for a layup or whatever, a finger roll or a layup, they're going to be raining down 3 pointers, raining down 3 pointers, um, constantly, and it happened the other night. Last night, basically, uh, Boston blew by them. There was like a 10, 15, 20 point lead at times that lasted through the whole entire game. And when the end of the game, 107-89, they won by 18 points. Um, basically, and then there's another issue too. They start talking about double covering some of the players in Boston. But who are you going to double cover? Who? They got 8 guys that got 100 points or better from 3-point land this season. Who are you going to double cover? It's absurd. If you double cover somebody, they're still going to shoot the three. They're still going to make the three. They're going to run up the score. And I predicted that they were going to run up the score, and that's what they did last night. So give them hell, Boston. Uh, and that was my prediction that came true. So, but that's all I had to say. And so if you get a chance to check out some of my books, and if you get a chance to right now, you can preview it for free. You can preview it for free, and I have it unlocked for some of the publishers right now, but I'm giving everyone a free preview and letting everybody check it out. But it's online, and if you get a chance to check it out, it's on blurb.com. And I'm Duane Fletcher, and that's all I had to say. So thank you and good evening. Have a nice day.